And there's a good reason for that. When we talk about motivation, for those of you who've been following my work and following collective engineering, you know that there are only three reasons that work doesn't get done. It's vision, motivation, and learning. So motivation is one of those key pillars. And when I do my exercises, when I work with teams and get them through, I have this particular team building exercise we do where in 2 minutes we build a team and put them on a project, and so the whole thing takes about 10 minutes. And you get a team together and they finish their project, and it's very exciting. And the interesting thing is that after that exercise of the instant team and getting the work done, we go around the room and talk about what motivated people. And of course, everyone's motivated by different things, right? We were all in the same room. We were all taking on the same challenge. We were all working together under the same kind of environment. And some people really feel like it's a competition, right? Trying to beat the other teams. Some people are legitimately curious. They know that they're in a leadership kind of camp situation. They're in a leadership training situation, so they're wondering what this exercise has to do with leadership, and they're kind of curious to do it to figure out what it is they're going to learn. There are some people who just like a good challenge or take pride in getting the work done. And so we go around the room and we hear kind of what everyone's different perspective is, and that's the key to motivating. That what you're looking to do when you motivate is everyone's motivations are different. And it's important as a leader to understand your major motivation. Whatever it is you checked off on that thing, on that poll, is probably your major driving motivation. So, if you like a good challenge, you're going to be looking for ways to challenge yourself. If you take pride in a job well done, then you're really going to be looking for ways to make what you're doing better. You're going to get better and better at what you're doing. If you like competition, you're best off finding a way to compete. Pick a competitor and go after them, right? That's really the way to think about it. But you find that a lot of people who like competition assume that everyone is kind of geared to competition. And there's a story I like to tell about myself is that I'm a very competitive person, but not in an explicitly competitive environment. So if you're trying to motivate me, if you're trying to manage me, and you say to me, okay, go, you're competing with that guy over there, I'll shut down. Like I really don't like that at all. But if you give me something and show me how to be the best at it, I'll try to beat anybody else who's doing it better, right? I'm really very committed to getting it done the best it can be. And so it's important understanding those sorts of things as you start working with people. And so the technique we're going to talk about now, I'm actually going to talk through three ways of motivating people. The way I like to start this is that it starts with the resume. Like when you're hiring managers and you're putting managers in place, a lot of people do not take advantage of the resume as a way to figure out what motivates people. And I was actually working with a client the other day. We were reading through resumes, and we came to one resume where the person was a chocolatier, right? They were doing financial stuff, and they became a chocolatier for 3 years, making chocolate or selling chocolate, and then they went back to the financial industry. And so we were developing, questions for the interview based on this resume reading. And the manager was funny because I hadn't even noticed that when I read the resume. But you can really find out interesting information about people from their resumes